Hello and welcome to Motivational Moments with Donna Hilfiger on Fox 5 Plus. I am your host, Donna Hilfiger. Thank you so much for joining me today. And today I want to ask you a question. It's like, who do you listen to? I'll coach people and I say, okay, well, who were you working with? Oh, I was talking to my friend Jan, and okay, about what? Well, I'm going through this divorce, and well, is Jan happily married? No, she's going through a divorce too. Or I'm talking to this person about, whatever, that they're going through the exact same thing. Guess what? They're going to give you advice through their brokenness. Get yourself in with someone who can uplift you and support you, and who's got that relationship that you want, or who's got that job that you want, and get in with somebody like that. I had a lady reach out to me and she said, I'm desperate. She'd taken a couple of my classes in the past. And she said, I got in with this lady and I took her class. I paid $500 for it, and I was on the calls every single day for 30 days, and now I'm broke. I have no money. Can't pay the rent. I've got kids. We've got to eat. And I was like, stop. Don't tell me all the stuff of how it is. You got to turn it around, and what can you control? Because you can't control what's happened, but you can control what's going on now. First, let's get in touch with the landlord. Let's come up with a new game plan. Tell the landlord, I'm going to get myself a job. Give me a little bit of time. Tell, your family members, hey, I need a little help and support here. You got to hit this head on, because being in denial, you're going to end up going down the tubes. She goes, okay, I'll do this. So she took action. And in one of the previous classes, I had told her about how I manifested our house and, about jumping up and down on the diving board. And she used that in her quest for her job. She was like jumping up and down, going, I'm stomping my energy into this job. This is my job. This is my job. She's jumping up and down. This is my job. So I put her into this group class that I was teaching. It was on how to manifest money, ironically. And so she's in the class. We've got this private closed Facebook group, and she's so excited. She had said on one of the calls, she said, I've got this interview and I'm going to get this job. So then she sends me a message and said, what if they ask me about my credentials, and they want proof of my credentials? I said, why would they do that? How many college graduates have to produce, their credentials when they're getting a job? And she said, oh, but this has happened in the past. She was, if you've heard my segments, she was programmed. She was fully expecting it. And I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, I got to get in touch with this lady. So I called her up, did some coaching with her. I was like, stop it. Get out of your victim mode. You're going to attract them to ask this, because this is what you're putting out there. What we put out there is exactly what we get back. So when we're worrying about woe is me and this is bad stuff that's going to happen, guess what? 9 times out of 10, it probably does, because that's what we're putting out there. The energy that we put out is directly a reflection of what we're going to get back by law of attraction. So what happened to her? I said to her, because I knew it was going to happen, because she was so in her stuff. She'd already, hit the hose out there, like, oh, ask me for all my credentials, because I don't have them. I can't prove it. The place has gone out of business. And she was in her stuff. So what did I do? I reminded her who she was. That's what I do with my clients. Okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go in there and you're going to nail this. You're going to tell them you want to hire me because of this, and this, because she was really good at what she did. And at the core of her, she knew this and she believed this. How many of us do these exact same things? We get caught up in our stuff, caught up in a moment based on something that's happened in our past, thinking it's going to happen the exact same way. So I get her into a really good space, and I said, and here's the other thing. Don't you dare get on this call next week and tell us that you didn't get this job. You give that everything you have on this interview, and you go in and nail this job. So the next class, I was like, oh no, please tell me, so I'm like, I want her to tell me the truth. So we get on the call and she's so excited. She said, you guys are never going to believe this, because she walked in there in a whole different headspace. If she'd walked in there with her brokenness, what would have happened? She would have been denied the job and would never have gotten it. But she walked in there from this confidence, from this, oozing this whole new energy and this whole new level of vibration. And she said, I nailed it. She said, I did so good that that they did ask me about that, and I explained it to them, hey, I did take this training. I can't find my credentials. It got lost in the move or whatever it was. I don't remember. And she said they liked me so much that they said, you know what? You're the perfect person for this job. What we're going to do for you is we're going to provide you the training. We're going to pay for it, and we'll make sure that you have these credentials so that this never happens to you again. Can't make this stuff up. And the reason I'm spending all this time in this segment to tell you the story is because once we get out of our stuff and quit thinking that, oh, woe is me, this happened before, that was the old me. This is the new me. When we come at our problems with a whole different energy and a whole different vibration, guess what? We can't get the same things that we've gotten before. We have to get something different. So go take action in your life today and tackle your problems with a whole new level of energy that you're going to bust right through it so that you can get results in all areas. Thank you so much for joining me. Continue to write me at donna@donnahillfigure.com. I hope to hear from you.